You too can beat a speeding ticket, and we're going to show you how. We've gotten the inside scoop from current and former cops, presiding judges, and high-priced lawyers. Advice that would cost you thousands of dollars if you went out and paid for it yourself. The only surefire way to beat a ticket is to avoid getting it in the first place. But once you've been pulled over, the best chance you'll ever have is to talk your way out of it right then and there.
Well, I don't think I've paid any tickets except for one in the last, 20 years or so. I have been stopped probably an average of once a year or so. Speeding is easy. I have been able to talk my way out of it. I just sit still with my hands on my steering wheel, and I watch the rearview mirror as he's approaching me, and I wait for him to come up to my car.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
The chances are pretty good he's going to say something to me.
Good evening, good afternoon, ma'am. Do you have a driver's license?
I will carefully take my wallet. It might be in my pocket, it might be in my console of my car, somewhere like that. I'm going to reach and carefully, so he can see me, take my wallet out and remove my driver's license from the wallet and hand it to the officer.
She hands it to you. She says, "What'd I do wrong, officer?" She said, "Well, I clocked you 64 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone." I wasn't speeding. You must be mistaken. She'll say, "My car can't do that. Won't go that fast." Her new Corvette.
Sometimes, in fact, the police officer may make a mistake.
So she's saying one of two things, and that's either I'm a liar or I'm grossly incompetent. I don't like either one of those. So I'm going to have to make her wrong, and she's going to get issued the citation.
Many times we think that a police officer or a highway patrolman is like big, strong daddy, and we become very childlike in our reactions.
I am giving him an opportunity to give me a lecture.
In your mind, taking his uniform off.
If that's what he would like to do, instead of giving me a ticket.
Imagining him in swimming trunks or in jeans, putting a funny hat on him, imagining him holding a baby. Perhaps it will open him up a little bit more emotionally.
Crying, it doesn't influence us.
He's already starting to build his case.
There's no mercy as far as motor officers are concerned about pleading. It's the wrong thing.
At that point, you're faced with basically two options: pay up or fight.
You just don't plead.
You don't have to take the officer on. You don't have to kiss his ass either.
I'm in a hurry today, and I should have known the efficiency of LAPD that I'd be getting stopped. I know you have better things to do. I just want to apologize for taking your time out of the day to do this for a jerk stunt like that.
No matter how you cut it, you're an amateur in a professional system. And the professionals will know what they're doing, even if you don't.
If you don't know what it is that you're accused of having done, you're likely to miss the whole point when you get to the place where your guilt or innocence is going to be determined.
The general public is very intimidated by the court system. I would consider myself, before I went to law school, before I went to college, to have been an average individual. I was so intimidated by the court system, I used to put on a suit. It shouldn't be that intimidating a factor. Our courts are very fair, are usually very fair.
If you fumble, if you back up and start over and get all confused, you've lost.
These judges in traffic court, most of them are pretty reasonable individuals.
Although there probably are some bad judges.
They're just like you. They've got traffic tickets, probably not since they've been a judge.
They're just like anybody else. Judges are just like anybody else. All these judges want to see is they've got 40 people in there to handle. They want to get them out, expedite these court cases so they can get off work. And they want to have these citizens found innocent if they're innocent.
So if you present yourself to be reasonable and you create in the minds of the judge a reasonable doubt.
And that simply means whether he is or is not convinced beyond a reasonable doubt.
More than a reasonable doubt.
He need not have a reason.
But at least a reasonable doubt.
He doesn't even need a reason to find a reasonable doubt.
That is the best chance you've got of winning that traffic ticket.